Hi, I'm Kevin Klein. Last week, the Executive Policy Committee at the City of Winnipeg, that's the Mayor's Inner Circle, tabled their budget for 2022. We had some time in the morning to do a first pass of the budget, and then media start to call and they want opinion. Now, I think they call me because they're hoping to get the voice of the opposition, if you will. And I don't try to be the opposition. I truly don't. I didn't come here to be the opposition. I came here to get things done. I came here to try and change the way the city is running because it's not working to our advantage right now. It's not getting things done at all. But they wanted to comment, so I always make sure that my first pass is detailed enough so that I could provide one. And I'll tell you what I told all the media. This budget that was tabled for 2022 favors politicians, elected officials, and those that work in the public service. That's how I see it. It fails residents. We're going to see a decline in services. But I wanted to address the propaganda that is going out because I'm troubled by it. I want you to know this is my feeling. We have politicians that are trying to play on your emotions. They have full-time people to do this. And these charts and graphs that you're going to see on different social media accounts or hear from members of the Mayor's Inner Circle are really meant to play on your emotions. So let's look at the slides and I can tell you what I'm talking about quickly. Here's the first slide. This is the preliminary 2022 balanced budget, updated process, 6-year capital investment plan worth $2.9 billion. And that really depends a lot on other government levels of funding. And the balanced budget part, I'm so tired of hearing. We have to have a balanced budget, but we don't. We're $43 million off the mark. We're going to have to take that from our rainy day account to balance this budget. We had to do that the year before, and the year before that, and the year before that. We're going to talk about the lack of rainy day fund in a little while. You'll also see here we're saying that we generate $147.5 million in tax revenue for the government of Manitoba and $194.2 million in tax revenue for the government of Canada. That is playing on your emotions because you and I both know if you're a private company, we charge people GST. We collect that GST to give back to the feds. What we pay out in GST, well, we take that back. So really, in the end, you're getting most of your GST back if you're a company, depending on how much you're buying here in the country and have to pay GST on. The bulk of the rest of the money going to both levels of government, besides the PST or GST, is payroll tax. It's one of our biggest expenses, is payroll. So it's really inappropriate to play on your emotions and have you think about other levels of government, even when it comes to the budget, that we're giving them $300 million back when we're really only doing what we're supposed to do, and we've done it for years and years and years, and we have to continue doing it. It's the law. Let's look at this next slide. This one really bothers me. Supports for our most vulnerable residents, including $1.1 million to support mobile outreach services and address homelessness. That is a drop in the bucket. We know a vulnerable resident who is forced to live on the streets of Winnipeg costs the city $80,000 per year. We're going to put in $1.1 million, and we're going to give it to probably 3 or 4 different groups. It's a drop in the bucket. It will do nothing. $580,000 to support the operation of public washrooms in downtown, playing on your emotions, making you think we're doing more for vulnerable residents in the downtown. But $580,000? Well, I guess that's going to be water and waste. Well, wait a second, that comes back to the city. $580,000 seems like an awful lot of money, but there's no detail provided with it because we want to play on your emotion. The same for the $500,000 for staffing to deliver the Rapid Housing Initiative funds that come from the federal government. They don't talk about that there. $150,000 to end homelessness in Winnipeg. How do we expect them to fix the problem with $150,000? Let's go to the next slide. $24.3 million, 6 years, over 6 years, in capital investment for active transportation projects across Winnipeg, with $8.9 million being invested in 2022. That's 50% more than in 2021. How does that compare to other years? Because we're really playing on your emotions with that one, aren't we? Well, let's talk about how that compares to other years. If you take out the $8.9 million that will be invested in 2022 and quite a bit in 2023, election platform material, and then you divide it by, let's say, 5 years now, because we've taken out the 8.9 for the 6 years, that's $3 million, give or take, over 5 years, a year. We put in $4 million in 2021, but look how we're selling it. Playing on the emotions, right? We're playing on emotions. Let's go to the next one. 2022 preliminary budget, $28.6 million, 6-year capital investment in the protection and enhancement of our tree canopy. What does that mean? A capital investment over 6 years? That's $4.7 million a year. That's going to be invested through capital, because capital we can borrow money for. We don't have to pay for it. And we have no plan. What about the regular maintenance of trees? If you don't take care of them, they're going to die, and we're not taking care of them now. Next screen, real quickly, the preliminary budget. Property taxes increases capped at 2.33%. The average homeowner in Winnipeg will pay approximately $43 more in 2022. That makes us the lowest property taxes in Canada. Those are manipulated numbers. Go on the city website and look where it says that under the budget, and you will see at the bottom that the data is collected from various websites across Canada, city websites. It doesn't tell us what formula they used. It doesn't tell us any of the facts. The property tax of $43 a year is playing with your emotions, because what's $43, right? Oh, it's $43. This is good. This is great. But that $43 is only if your house is assessed at around $300K. Let's call it $300K. In Vancouver, a house assessed at $1 million, and you're looking at house prices from, $1 million to $3 million, and $3 million gets you a really nice property in Vancouver. But the property tax for $1 million is $2,300 to $2,500. Look at these rates across the country. Global TV, or Global News, said that Winnipeg had one of the highest rates for property taxes across Canada. But surely the mayor and his staff must be right. All of VPC must be right, because when you use their math, we're the lowest. That doesn't talk about the fact that we're going to charge you more for water and waste. For your water, you're going to pay $1.95 more per unit. And then you're going to pay $2.91 per unit that goes into the sewer. But it doesn't really have to go into the sewer. We charge you for the water that you take out. We charge you for putting it back in, whether it goes on your grass, you store it in bottles, it doesn't matter. What you take out, you're getting charged. So really, water, we're charging almost $5. These are the little tricks that we play, but you can't use those because they don't play on your emotions. So please, when you see these materials come out and you see the tweets or the posts from members of the Executive Policy Committee talking about the great virtues of this budget, remember, there's an election coming up. There's a lot of councillors that want to be mayor, Bowman 2.0, but they're not going to be just like him when it comes to election time. But they want the same old, same old. The public service is running the city. We need councillors to hold them accountable. And this budget should not be sold in the manner it's being sold. We should be playing on your emotions. We should be focusing on taking care of your city and spending your money wisely. We'll talk more about the budget in the coming days.